Think about the last time you upgraded your phone. When you turned it on, it came with dozens of default settings. The default ringtone, the default wallpaper, the default privacy options. How many of those did you actually change? If you're like most people, the answer is almost none. We walk around with devices customized by corporate algorithms, simply because changing them requires a tiny bit of effort. But this isn't just about phone wallpapers. We do the exact same thing with our careers, our relationships, our finances, and our habits. We stay in jobs that drain us. We keep subscription services we don't look at. We hold on to old investments that underperform. Why? Because humans suffer from a powerful psychological glitch. We are hardwired to prefer things exactly as they already are. In psychology, this is known as the status quo bias. It is the invisible force that makes doing nothing feel like the safest choice, even when it's actively holding you back. Today, we are going to look inside the human brain to discover why we fear change and how this bias is secretly running your life. The term status quo bias was first coined in 1988 by researchers William Samuelson and Richard Zeckhauser. They ran a series of economic experiments that revealed something fascinating about human decision-making. Imagine you suddenly inherit a large sum of money from a distant relative. You are given a choice. You can invest that money in a moderate risk portfolio, a high-risk tech fund, or safe government bonds. In the experiment, people carefully weighed their options and chose a mix that fit their personal risk tolerance. But then, the researchers changed one variable. They told a second group of people that they had inherited a portfolio already invested entirely in safe government bonds. If they wanted to, they could redistribute the money into the tech fund or the moderate risk portfolio for free. Logically, both groups should want the exact same optimal mix, right? Wrong. The second group overwhelmingly chose to leave the money exactly where it was. The mere fact that the bonds were the current state made people view them as safer and more desirable. This is the anatomy of inertia. When faced with complex choices, our brains experience cognitive overload. To save energy, the brain searches for a shortcut. And the easiest shortcut of all is to simply accept the default option. We convince ourselves that the current state must be the right state, purely because it exists. To see just how powerful and potentially dangerous this bias can be, look at organ donation rates in Europe. In Germany, only about 12% of the population is registered as an organ donor. But right next door in Austria, that number is a staggering 99%. Are Austrians fundamentally more altruistic than Germans? No, the cultures are highly similar. The difference comes down to a single line of text on a government form. In Germany, the system is opt-in. To become a donor, you have to actively check a box, fill out a form, and make a conscious choice to change your status. In Austria, the system is opt-out. You are automatically a donor by default. If you don't want to be, you have to actively check a box to opt out. Because of the status quo bias, the vast majority of people in both countries simply accept the default setting. A tiny shift in the default saves thousands of lives a year in one country, while leaving a massive shortage in the other. This trick is used against you every single day by corporations. It's why streaming platforms give you a 30-day free trial, but require your credit card up front. They know that once the trial ends, the status quo changes. Canceling the subscription requires active effort. Doing nothing lets the monthly charge roll over. It's a trillion-dollar illusion designed to turn your brain's natural laziness into profit. Why is the status quo so addictive? It turns out this bias is powered by two even deeper psychological traps: loss aversion and the fear of regret. Psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky proved that humans feel the pain of a loss twice as intensely as they feel the joy of an equal gain. Losing $20 hurts twice as much as finding $20 feels good. When we contemplate making a change, whether it's switching careers, breaking up with a partner, or moving to a new city, our brains automatically hyper-focus on what we might lose rather than what we might gain. Change represents risk. The status quo, even if it's miserable, feels certain. Furthermore, we are terrified of regret. If we stay in a bad situation and things remain bad, we blame circumstances. But if we actively choose to change and that change goes wrong, we have no one to blame but ourselves. To protect our egos from the crushing weight of a bad decision, we choose the ultimate shield. We choose to do absolutely nothing. So how do we break free from the gravity of the status quo? How do we stop choosing comfort over progress? It requires rewriting the default settings of your mind using 3 specific strategies. First, apply the reversal test. Whenever you are hesitant to change a situation, flip the question. Don't ask, should I change my current job? Instead ask, if I didn't already have this job, would I actively apply for it today? If the answer is no, then you are staying purely out of habit, not value. Second, audit your personal defaults. Take an hour this weekend to audit your life. Look at your recurring subscriptions, your investment portfolios, your diet, and your weekly schedule. Force yourself to justify why they deserve to stay. If they don't add value, cancel them. Third, recognize that no decision is a decision. We often think that by doing nothing, we are delaying a choice. But choosing to stay in a stagnant situation is a definitive decision. You are actively trading away your future potential for present comfort. Your life is not a dress rehearsal, and it shouldn't be left on the factory default settings. Next time you catch yourself saying, "This is just how things have always been," remember the organ donors of Europe and the default apps on your phone. The current path isn't always the right path. It's just the one you happen to be standing on. Stop letting inertia make your choices for you. Overthrow the status quo, change the settings, and start living by design, not by default. Thanks for watching. If this video challenged your perspective, hit that like button, leave a comment with a default setting you're changing today, and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of human behavior.